while you and me repeat. This bittersweet heat is suffocating.
Hey guys, long time no see. We have been so busy around here, you guys wouldn't believe it. It's just this year, my husband's out of town for like 8 weeks, and so this whole schedule thing is off. Stuff has been going on in the fish room. I've been trying to keep up with work and make more time to do the things I love this year, and fish have kind of fallen to the wayside. Not because I don't love them, but because like nothing happens. My fish are okay. Well, mostly. We did have some stuff, so I wanted to show you guys some of the changes around here. So first of all, my fish room is an utter mess because I have not had time to pick it up. You can see notebooks down there and water change equipment, boxes and a hoodie, and it's just a mess. So all of the bettas are okay. We did lose one jarred betta last week. It was a pretty big cellophane male, and I don't know what happened. It was perfectly fine the day before. There was no symptoms of being sick. I woke up the next morning and he was dead. I have to assume, because it was water change day, that maybe he had a spike in ammonia in his jar. I don't know. I didn't get to him in time, so he was gone. But everybody else is doing just fine. The golden guppies have had a ton of babies recently. You can see them kind of roaming around in there. I fed them Snello this morning, so the snails are in a giant pile. But there's been lots of babies. Sorry about the water spots. Kohaku's still doing good. He's in here somewhere. My plants have been growing like crazy. This new light is amazing and I love it. I have to take plants out of here every 2 or 3 days, or it's overgrown. I've already cut down like half of the anacaris that was in here and it's regrown. So I am loving this night crew light. If you guys don't remember, it was like an $18 light on Amazon and it's really good. But they're doing fine. They're having lots of babies. The second male in there is now also trying to mate with the female, so hopefully there will be even more. We have some guppies living here with the bettas. We have one in with Kumori, and we have 4 or 5 in here with Seiran. They all have bent backs and other issues, so I kept them out of the breeding pool, and Seiran is enjoying having little friends. He likes chasing them around. Our Daphnia culture is still going. It's really hazy right now because I threw a dead guppy in there yesterday evening. They eat this stuff, but it's still growing. It's fine. We did some changing of the tanks in here when it comes to guppies. You might hear my cat meowing in the background. Ignore him. He's just needy today. We had some issues in the last 2 weeks with the guppies. Look how overgrown that is. We had an issue where the day before water for change day, I came over to look at these 2 tanks. These were, let's see, the black guppy tank, and this was the solid color guppy tank that had mostly reds and oranges and yellows. So I noticed that the black guppies were hanging around their filter that particular day. And usually when that happens, that means there's an ammonia spike in the tank. I've seen it before. They're trying to get oxygen and trying to get to like the cleanest water possible. So I noticed they were hanging around the filter. So I immediately dosed this tank and this tank, because they're the same size and they both were overpopulated, with Prime to try and cut down the toxins. It worked. But the next day when I came back to do water changes, and I did like a 90% water change, everybody in this tank was fine, but 90% of the guppies in this tank had Popeye. So there was a bacterial infection going around. Most of the guppies had it. Like, it was bad. It was really, really bad. I lost 15 guppies a day for several days. So I ended up cleaning out these 2 tanks and these 2 tanks, getting rid of 90% of the water. I gave them all clean water. I checked everybody for Popeye. It was only this tank. And then I dosed these 2 tanks with antibiotics, Furan 2, to try and combat whatever was happening. There was no Popeye in the black guppy tank, but because I had those emaciated guppies for a while now, I decided to go ahead and dose that tank with antibiotics too, just in case. So they went through 3 days of Furan 2. I did a water change, and then I did a second dose of Furan 2 on this tank. And it cleaned up all problems with Popeye. I mean, we lost a lot of guppies, like 30, maybe 40 guppies. But it fixed itself. And then I was like, okay, I need to make some changes with the guppies because these tanks are too overpopulated. That's too many issues in like several days. So I went ahead and I caught all the baby guppies out of this tank. And I caught all of the red, yellow, and orange guppies out of this tank, and I changed them. So now this is the baby guppy tank. You can see them all in there. They're growing out. It's a smaller tank. Babies don't produce as much waste. They need a lot less space, so it seemed like the right thing to do. So I did 90% water changes on all the tanks again. I moved all the baby guppies over here. I moved all the red, orange, and yellow guppies over here. There's a lot of guppies in there. I moved the snails that we've been having problems with to this tank because they were doing better in this tank. And there's not as many floating, but they're definitely doing better in this tank. And I've been keeping the water super clean. And then I decided, okay, I have to do something about the black guppies because the black guppies were overpopulated. So I went through this tank. I pulled out the best 11 males and the best 24 females. Oh, my numbers. And I put them in this tank. And then all the rest of the guppies I threw over there in the 30-gallon, which is why this is so populated right now. It's got black and blue guppies. It's got the orange, the yellows, the reds. It's a mud guppy tank. So it's a huge population right now. If you want guppies, I have lots of guppies. And they're doing better. I have seen babies in all of the tanks. The babies are swarming here right now because I just fed them Snello. Look how happy they are. And then I took the emaciated black guppies and I threw them in with the babies because they're still emaciated. Look at that fish. See how emaciated she is? I figured, obviously, you know, that guppy right there has been treated with methylene blue, Furan 2, Conoplex, dewormer, and it hasn't fixed the emaciation issue. And there's a couple of them in here. I think I put in like 3 black guppies that were emaciated. There's another one over there. And it didn't fix the issue. So I thought, okay, maybe it's just a food issue. Maybe they're not getting enough food. So I put them in with the babies and I've been feeding them more and they don't have to compete over here because everybody's tiny. And they're still emaciated. So my only guess is that these particular black guppies have bad genetics and it's leading them to have a failure to thrive of some sort. I don't know if their metabolism's high. Maybe they have an internal issue with their digestion system. I don't know, but I can't get them to grow. So yeah, they permanently live with the babies because I don't want them breeding since obviously it's some sort of genetic issue. I wish I could fix it. That fish bothers me so much because it's so skinny. But there's just nothing I can do about it. I have tried, you guys. I have tried everything I can think of. And it's still just sick looking. So, yeah. All of the guppies changed. Everybody's doing fine. For the most part, they've stopped dying. We did have a female pregnant fish die yesterday, but that just happens with pregnant fish. Pregnant guppies are prone to stress, and they tend to die when they're giving birth. We have a lot of babies in here. I pulled out yesterday. My plants are doing good. So yeah, everything over here is going really well. That's not all that's happened though. I took an extra step. Once all of these guppy issues were going on, I was like, I have to do something about my overpopulation and the nitrate issues that are going on with these two tanks, because I know they're overpopulated, you guys. Like, seriously overpopulated. I need to sell fish. But until then, I was like, okay, what can I do to help these tanks? Short of getting another set of lights and hoping to grow the plants more. And I will show you what I did. I bought myself some plants. These are pothos plants, or devil's ivy. I went and I ordered these from a nursery. I've been trying to keep them alive. They're doing pretty good. These came in like 4-inch pots. They're really tiny right now, but they're growing. They're doing good. I stuck them in some coconut fiber and mixed it with some frass, or mealworm poop, because it's a really great fertilizer, and they've been doing really good. So I'm waiting for these to grow up so that I can make some cuttings and grow them immersed in my tanks to eat the nitrates. But for now, they live in this window where they get plenty of sunlight, and they're enjoying their life. So that is it, you guys. We still have 106 Bettas jarred in here. Their tanks, well, their jars look filthy, but that's just algae. Don't worry about it, they're fine. I changed their water last night. I don't scrub or sterilize these jars unless they're sick, because I let the bacteria grow on them. It provides, you know, some beneficial bacteria to not exactly cycle these because they're way too small, but to just help eat some of the nitrates. So that's why these look absolutely filthy. But I swear they're not. It's just algae and bacteria. It's fine. They're doing good. But, you guys, spring has hit the desert. It has been up into the 70s here lately. A lot lower at night, but during the day it's hitting about 70. So I am opening back up shipping. If you are interested in any fish, I wouldn't buy my snails right now because my snails are still having issues and I'm not sure what the issue is. But if you're interested in bettas or guppies, they're doing good. Contact me. I will happily find you a fish that suits what you want. I will send you brand new pictures of whatever you're interested in. Just tell me what you're looking for. And we can ship fish. Here's the caveat. It's cold everywhere in the United States right now. As long as it doesn't drop below, say, 40, and it's not higher than, say, 90, your fish will be fine if I ship them. I have heat packs. That being said, my return policy, or not my return policy, my refund policy is I will ship you fish regardless of the weather. If your fish dies and you follow all the appropriate tasks I set forth, hi emo, in the information I give you, you will get a full refund of your fish price regardless of what caused them to die. Okay? Usually I just say, you know, send me a video of them clearly dead within the first 2 hours of you getting the shipment, and I will refund your fish. I do not refund the shipping because I have to pay for the shipping, and it was shipped. But if you feel like chancing the weather, refund policy is in full effect, but I will happily try to ship you fish because I have too many fish. I have way too many fish. What you two? But that's it for now, guys. I haven't done any updates because I've been super busy and there's not a lot happening. Minor updates like this are like nothing. So hopefully at some point we will get some fish shipped out and I will have space to breed. Leave a like, leave a comment, you know, whatever. Tell me how your fish are doing, because like nothing happens around here. Just this whole guppy issue has eaten my life. So much was done about these guppies. But that's it for now. I will see you guys in the next video.